You know, some of us just need more data storage for work, life, or gaming. But you realize that a typical SSD or even an M.2 hard drive is going to be a massive expense. Not to mention that there are some of you who want data on the go, so that you can have it on hand in between locations. Now the good news is that traditional external hard disk drives offer some incredibly large storage at incredibly low prices. But the choices are super extensive, with a lot of them having similar stats, along with some information you simply are not sure about. Now that's where we come in. We have reviewed over 35 of the highest rated models and have selected 6 elite units that you must see. Now our mission here is to present you with the best options possible and then explain the whys so that you can make an informed decision. Hey, I'm Jim with Techie Tech News, and these are the best external hard drives of 2025. And don't worry guys, I've added all the links to these models in the video description box below. So with all that said, let's begin this overview. Seagate Expansion, best high capacity hard drive. The Seagate Expansion desktop external hard drive is the best performing HDD that we've reviewed, and it's not even close, with scores that nearly doubled the nearest competition, and read-write speeds that are only second to an external SSD. The Expansion is a seriously robust external hard drive, perfect for regular system backups thanks to its huge capacity options. Now those capacities also come at a very low price per terabyte, making this ideal for housing massive video and other media files in addition to system image files. Now the biggest downside is that it's not very portable, and using it will require you to have it plugged into the wall with an external power source, or if you're using a laptop, possibly a portable battery. Pros and cons. It's definitely the fastest HDD of the group, comes with massive capacity, and it's not absolutely enormous. However, you will need an external power supply, it lacks portability, and it is pricey. Final thoughts. If you're looking strictly for a desktop backup solution though, you're not going to find a better option unless you upgrade to an SSD. Read, write, and copy speeds are dozens of megabytes per second faster than the other HDDs on the list, and understandably so. Ultimately, this drive ends up scoring the highest for performance, but it comes with its caveats. And in the future, if you need to find more tech deals, simply visit TechieTechDeals.com. SanDisk Pro G-Drive Armor ATD, best rugged hard drive. The SanDisk Pro G-Drive Armor ATD merges 2 previous separate trademarks, being SanDisk and G-Drive, and added Armor ATD in hopes that customers for either of these lines will be tempted by it. The reality of this product is that it is a 2.5-inch conventional drive mechanism that has been elegantly engineered into an aluminum case that had rubberized bumpers placed all around it in order to protect it from physical abuse. Now the port on this drive is USB-C, but SanDisk does provide a cable for both USB-C and USB-A connection at the computer end. In addition to drop protection, the bumper provides a cover that will actually plug up the USB-C connector port, helping the drive obtain an IP54 dust water protection rating. Pros and cons. It's IP54 rated, can come with up to 6 terabytes of capacity, and also has USB A and C support. But it doesn't come with a carrying container where you can put those cables into, and it comes pre-formatted for Mac OS. Final thoughts. Overall, as external hard drives go, the Armor ATD is well made and reasonably resistant to shock, dust, and water, but its transferring performance is a stumbling block for many users. For those that merely want an external drive to run a limited amount of daily backups, then the Armor ATD is a fine choice, but at the end of the day, the premium you're paying for here is its protection. Seagate FireCuda Gaming, best gaming hard drive. Modern game consoles and the best gaming PCs have all largely moved on to faster SSD storage, making gaming hard drives much less relevant than they once were. But they are not absolutely obsolete just yet, especially if you're dealing with an absolutely massive game library that is just too much of a hassle to constantly download and uninstall on a regular basis. Now the FireCuda external game drive is exactly the kind of thing that you need in cases like this. with up to 5 terabytes of capacity, reasonable fast sequence write and read speeds, and a very fast copy to drive speed. It's a great choice. Now, the downside of this drive is that it has a pretty high price per terabyte, and that it only comes with a few capacity options as well as a 1-year warranty. But that's not the end of the world for a drive like this. Pros and cons. We like that it doesn't require a dedicated power supply, and that overall performance is pretty good, but it is a high price on the storage you're getting, and it only comes with 1-year warranty. Final thoughts. Now, it ultimately isn't the best value of all the drives that we've reviewed, but it is better than most, especially if you opt for the 5 terabyte drive, which you can usually find on sale. If your game system needs a place to store all your games, this comes as our #1 recommendation. Western Digital My Passport Ultra, best hard drive for macOS. There aren't a lot of external hard drives out there with a USB-C interface, so Mac users have had to have a lot of compromises over the past couple of years. But with the Western Digital My Passport Ultra for Mac, macOS users have a solid option for time machine backups and other long-term solutions on the go. Like the Western Digital Elements, this isn't the fastest drive on the list, despite its USB-C port, and its speeds are largely the same as what you get with a Western Digital Elements, though you'll have to spend a bit more money to get the My Passport Ultra for Mac. Now, this might be a harder pill to swallow for some, since this drive's overall score is lower on the scale, and to be honest, finding a USB-C to micro-B connector isn't all that hard. So, truthfully, any of the other drives on the page will serve you well for your Mac. There's only one difference, that none of them work right out of the box for Mac, keeping it stupid simple, and that's where this drive shines. Pros and cons. It's a macOS dedicated external hard drive with great capabilities and portability. However, its plastic case is not as robust as others, and its read-write speeds could be better. Final thoughts. Ultimately, if you're a Mac user and you just want a drive that you could pull out of the box, plug in, and get it going, this drive is your top choice, despite its shortcomings. UnionSine Ultra Slim, best budget hard drive. There are only a couple of things that hold back the UnionSine Ultra Slim external hard drive from being the best external hard drive overall. Its overall scores are second only to the top scoring Seagate expansion, and its slim profile makes it very easy to carry around, though it is slightly bigger than the Western Digital Elements and Western Digital My Passport Ultra. Now, the older generation had a 2 terabyte capacity maximum, but this generation has upped it to 5 terabytes, making this unit even more tempting than before. So, its price, matched in with its read-write speeds, along with its 3-year limited warranty, does make it stand out quite a bit. And while it does have even smaller capacities starting at 250 gigabytes, the utility of such small capacities on an external HDD makes them harder to recommend, especially when you can get a faster portable SSD with the same or greater capacity for not a whole lot more money. Pros and cons. It is extremely cheap when comparing to other units, has sizes up to 5 terabytes, and has a 3-year limited warranty. However, its performance is still subpar, leading to higher file writing times. Final thoughts. For what you're paying for, its performance is outstanding, and its price to performance value is the best on this list. Ultimately, if you're low on cash and you need something, there is no better choice than this drive. Get it while stock supplies last. Western Digital Elements Portable, best overall hard drive. The Western Digital Elements external hard drive isn't the fastest or the most spacious on the market. Neither does it have the lowest price per terabyte, the largest variety of capacities, or the best warranty of all the drives that we've reviewed here. But what does stand out is that it's usually a top pick for best external hard drive overall because it does well in almost every category, and it's consistently in the top grouping. Whereas one drive may have a lowest price per terabyte or the best warranty, they generally have a much steeper shortcoming that offsets those advantages, like being the most expensive or being the worst value overall. The Western Digital Elements is very much a jack of all trades, doing all things reasonably well, while not necessarily overperforming in one category over the other. For most people though, this is exactly the kind of drive that you'll want. Something that offers you a good bit of everything, without having to make too many sacrifices. Pros and cons. Its portability, capacity, speed, and value are exceptional for the price. But it is also not the best in any singular category, and warranty is limited to 2 years. Final thoughts. In the end, this hard drive is simply well balanced, outweighing all the negatives that come with most of these drives. It is a winner by the numbers, and we highly recommend it to anybody who's looking for an external hard drive, and is our #1 recommendation for 2025. Hey folks, thanks for watching, and please let us know what you would change with our videos. At Techie Tech News, it is our mission to help you with your buying decision process by presenting you with quality information and making the most of your time. If you have any questions at all, please post in the comment section below and I will personally assist you. And also remember that Amazon has an excellent return policy to help you minimize the risk. And please let us know which external hard drive you would choose. Again, links to all these items are posted in the video description box below, and when you're done guys, you gotta check out the next video.